Top Carolina Keith, regular Keith, just Keith, however you'd like to do it. Good to see you all Thursday, March 5th already. Well, that got here fast, didn't it? It's already almost Cinco de Mayo. Goodness, this year is screaming fast, blowing right by. And if you don't stop and look around every once in a while, you could miss it, said Ferris Bueller in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, played by Matthew Broderick. Useless rant. Good to see everyone. I hope you enjoyed your Wednesday and your Thursday. We're going to talk about something that Bitcoin hasn't done all year long. What is it? Well, I shall explain. Welcome to Charts After Dark. If you haven't done so, please go hit the like button for random sound effects. While you're there, hit the subscribe button, man. It's free. Costs absolutely nothing. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything we post up. We do these live streams. We want everybody to come hang out and see what we got so everybody knows what we're doing. Proud to announce here that we haven't seen Bitcoin do this all year long. This is our very first of the year positive 821 EMA cross. It has taken an entire 2-month period before we got a single relatively average early indicator that things may be changing here. Gosh, that is a really long time for something to happen, but Bitcoin's finally done it here. As we've discussed before, our 821 EMA strategy is as such. You want 2 candles closed over the 8 EMA, which is the green line first. We had it right there. That's one part. After that, you want to see the 8 EMA, the green line, cross over the purple line, the 21 EMA. We have that right there. Perfect. It's exactly what you want to see from the 821 EMA strategy. That's it. Once you've met your 2 thresholds, that's your buy signal, if that's what you want to do. I'm not a financial advisor. It's not financial advice. Nothing I say or do is. I'm just telling you guys how I do this stuff and what I've found to be a very, very reliable strategy. However, I will warn you, we're still under this trend line here. All right? If we zoom out a bit, you'll see she's still pinned down by the trend line. And I tell you all the time that all these indicators that we use are trend dependent. If you're in a downtrend, then you need to see the downtrend break before you start using buy indicators. Why is that? Well, your probability of winning goes way down when you try to go against the trend. And right now, we're very clearly in a downtrend and very clearly rejecting that trend line so far. Haven't quite gotten there yet. If you want to go watch the video on the 821 EMA, I've already pinned it at the top of the chat over on YouTube. I've pinned it at the top of the chat over on Rumble, and it is in the chat over on X, so everyone can see it. That's the video of how it works. This is what it looks like when you click on the link. Takes you right over here. I have an entire list of videos starting from the very, very basics of how to turn on TradingView and how to use TradingView, going all the way through here, all the way into Bollinger Bands, moving averages, how to balance risk reward, support and resistance, the basics of trends, everything you can think of for a first-time chart person is in those videos, and they're absolutely free. All I ask is that you go watch it. That's not so tough now, is it? So we're under the trend line, but we do have a positive 821 EMA cross. What can we do to make this a more efficient bet? Well, we could throw the 50 moving average in there as well. And this is called our Reaper strategy. Our Reaper strategy is very similar to the 821 EMA, except now we divide it into 3 parts, which further reduces our risk and further helps maintain a winning strategy rather than a risk strategy, right? Too risky. We want to see not only our 8 EMA buy signal that we have right here. That little green triangle tells us we got an 8 EMA buy. But we got our 821 EMA buy, crossword and upward right there. That's that green flag. That's what that means. And last but not least, crossing the 50-day moving average, which we have not done yet, would be the third part of the Reaper strategy. You divide it up into thirds, by 1 part, by 2 part, and when you get the third cross, the third 2 closes over that 50 moving average. That's your third buy. And then you sell off just the opposite. Once you lose the 50 moving average, or if you lose the 821 EMA cross, or if you get 2 closes under the 8 EMA, you start to sell off just the same way you bought in. This is a more safe strategy, but it'll also cost you a couple percent on the front end because it's going to take some time for it to happen. And as such, you're getting a higher win probability. But the problem is you lose a couple percent in the meantime. Part of the way it works, right? That's just how the game works. So you don't have that yet. You only have your 821 EMA cross. But again, that's still better than nothing. We didn't have that. We did not have that the last time we were on the stream. And not the whole cycle calendar year of 2026. I'm hoping things continue to improve here. What do I want to see? I want to see this trend line broken. That's the number one thing I need to see happen. We've talked about it before. Our pivot point, good. We finally broke it. It's right there at the blue arrow. And for those of you who know the inside joke, we are at the blue arrow. Ichimoku cloud still hasn't improved any. We've run right to the bottom of the cloud. But we did get a conversion over the baseline. That's good. And we do have now our lag line has crossed over the candle. So we have 2 out of 4 check marks. Still need a cloud on the end to turn green, and it's not even close. And we need the price to be over the cloud, not under it. So we only have 2 out of 4 for the cloud. Your Bollinger Bands did indeed start to squeeze, and then they popped. Your volatility came in just like we talked about what happened. Unfortunately, we did not stay over the Bollinger Bands. We've fallen back inside of them now. And if it closes here, we're more likely to go sideways toward that midline than we are to continue to go flying higher. Now, that doesn't mean that's going to happen. It just means it's a probability. And if we look at your RSI, you did indeed get to the 50 mark and break through it. We're at 5250 on the RSI now. That's the relative strength index. That doesn't necessarily mean anything good or bad. It's nominal, but at least we did advance from 40 to 50. We like to see it stay over 50 because if it can stay over 50, then there's a relatively good chance that we can get up to that 70 level where overbought is. MACD continues its sweep up. You did have some good volume come in here. We wanted to see that. We have a decent amount of divergence between our blue line and our orange line here. That's our MACD line and our signal line. We like to see some divergence, but not too much. That's the difference in width between the two lines. Want to see them stay symmetrical if we can. That means things will just keep on keeping it on. Nothing that helps or hurts us there. So things have definitely improved here over the last little bit. Last piece here, we are over this ugliness high. We have made a new high. Excellent. So in order to prove that we're ready to rock, break this trend line. And if we break that trend line, I'm looking for us to come back to the next previous high, which is up here at around 78. I've got a fib line going right through that and a green box drawn, and it's roughly at 77. And that's also roughly where that 50 moving average sits. That's going to cause a headache. I'm sure of it. So baby steps. I'd like to see it go up there and chase that high if it can. It's an excellent move that may mean things are getting better. Don't know how long it's going to last, but I've already bought some of this Bitcoin. I ended up catching this candle down here, right? I was watching really closely. I ended up catching it. I think my buys were 69, 65, and 63. So my average is going to come in around 65 where I bought. But now we're up to 71. That's not an incredible difference, but it is trying. So I may end up selling up here at the 77 level. I'm very low trust on all this right now. So it's worth noting nonetheless that we did have a positive change. So there's my Bitcoin take. Let's see where we go from here by Tuesday. On a Tuesday. What's up, Rowan? Good to see you, brother. Jim Carrey not missing, just glued the charts, waiting for that 821 cross, the end of the bear. Exactly, dude. Yeah, Jim Carrey's a trip, dude. I'm still confused. Was that a mask he was wearing, or was that an impersonator? I don't know. I didn't care too much to like really listen to it, but I was like, what the hell's going on? I know he's a weird dude. He's always been a weird dude, so I don't really like put any moxie behind whether he's being weird or not. I was like, yeah, well, he's about always been a weird guy. I don't know. So I really want to see a weekly, obviously a weekly 821 EMA cross. That would change a lot of stuff. We're not even close to that. Here's a weekly. We're all down right now. We're all down. What's up, Alvin? Good to see you, brother. Yeah, I got roughly the same thing. I see 79.3. I get it. 50 fib on the daily would be there. Yep, that's the 236 weekly fib right there at 77. So we may get some wicks over that. You know what I'm saying? We may get a wick or two over that. I'm with it. I understand. This is the first green candle in the last 7 weeks that we've got on the weekly. Been waiting a long time for that. Huh. Yeah, I agree. Luckily, finally had it. But again, all it did so far was run up and tag that weekly 8 EMA. Has not broken through it yet. We'll see if it actually gets there. It touched it, breakthrough, prove it. Because that breakthrough would get us toward that level we're talking about, between 77 and 79, like Alvin just said, right? Baby steps. I'm of low faith thinking that it's just going to blow through this 236 line. I think we get something like this. It runs up to this 236 area and then slowly over time works its way back down through the rest of the summer and ends up stopping somewhere down there around 60,000 again-ish. That's where the 382 fib is on the weekly. And I do expect that to be at some point hit, whether it is now and or later. That's the 200 weekly moving average as well. Will it stay there? I don't think so. I think it may have one more stab down after that. And if it does have, let's say it works out like this, where it comes up, works its way down to the 200 and gets stuck. If it does break out right here, excellent. I'm here for it. If it doesn't break out right there and it comes down and goes down more and ends up falling way under that 200 moving average, if we get an oversold condition in here, I'm going to have to buy. I told you I might sell it up here. I will rebuy if it takes a big stab down post-summer. I think that'll be the low. And I do think the low will absolutely be in by November. And if you do the math on that, then we're only about 7 months away from the magic. So it doesn't seem like forever be 7 months. It's going to take a little while to happen, but I do think eventually when we start working our way through the summer, we're going to see the price slow down. That price action should snap back down towards at least the current low and right around that 60,000 area again to the 200. Break through that 200, which it has done before. And now we're talking about how much farther it can go in the short term, because near term, long term, it's likely to turn around at that point in a very given time frame of around October to November. So I'll have my eyeballs locked on it tighter than the lid on a pickle jar. I hope you guys do too. Yeah, it says a body double. I don't know, bro. It's weird. Like I said, he's a weird dude. I don't mind people being weird. It's just, he's very weird. Shout out Bill Childers. What's up, my guy over on Rumble? Good to see you, bro. That link right there at the top of the chat is the 821 EMA strategy and how they work. And again, if you guys want the whole list, here you go. This is totally free. Costs absolutely nothing. There you go. And I'll put it in X as well. Paste. I made this list for a learning tool. I broke it down to the most simple form that I could get to help people learn how to use charts and how to create the system for them that works the best. And I made it for anyone from 12 to 45 years old to be able to use. That was my plan with it. So, you know, hopefully people watch the videos and take something from it. That's the whole reason I made them. So, all right, let's jump into an altcoin or two here. Then we'll go over to some traditional assets. Then we'll be done, right? Thursday streams are still short. We might start doing an hour again. I'm not sure, because we do Zoom afterwards for all the subscribers in the Discord who want to come hang out, talk, ask questions, be a part of the fam, etc. You get to come hang out and ask me anything you want until we all get tired and go to sleep. But we don't do that on Tuesdays. We're going to do hour-long streams on Tuesdays. You guys don't know, back in the day, man, we used to do 2 and 3 hour streams and then have a Zoom after with that. It was wild back in the day. Yeah, I know you said you don't think it was him. You think it was a body double. Pretty wild to me. What's the point, I guess? You know, that's just wanted the attention, which he says he doesn't want. So I don't know. Anyway, let's bump this XRP up. I got XRP on the chart. XRP on the chart. It's like a rap song before they start rapping. They got to announce that they produced the song. Anyway, 821 EMA, wait a minute zone. What is that? Well, quite simply, that's the area between the 821 EMA, where the price is now. As you see, it's stuck dead in the center. That just means, guess what? Wait a minute. It was over the 8 EMA, but it couldn't hold it the very next day, which was the candle that closed at 7 p.m. Eastern time today. Failed that 21 moving average, exponential moving average, EMA, and is back underneath it, but it's still over the 8 EMA. So again, wait a minute. Just see what she's got. We may see a doji candle right here, and if we do, we may get another candle, push back up, and get going again. This is 2 candles over the 8 EMA, though. So that green line is the 8 EMA. And as you see, this one closed over the green line, and this one, even though it was red, also closed over the green line. That's 2 closes over the 8 EMA. Good. That's 50% of the strategy we want. There you go. You see it right there, 8 EMA buy. If that was the case, I would set my stop loss underneath the Reaper line, which is part of the Reaper strategy. Whenever you join our Discord, it's absolutely free to join our Discord for a month. Link is right down there below, right? You get this strategy for free. All you got to do is load it up on your trading view. People will help you out with that if you need. And then you can change these little symbols to whatever you like. I use a triangle and then a little flag. But we got our 8 EMA buy. Now we're waiting for our 821 EMA flag to pop up. And then we'll have our 50 moving average, which you can't even see right now because she's way up there at $1.57. You're a mile from that. So improvement. I'm happy to see the improvement. You're now over the pivot line. That's excellent. We talked about that last stream, how it wasn't, but now it is. That's good. Ichimoku Cloud, you're still no out of no on that one. In your RSI, you are trending upwards. Still haven't gotten to 50. You gave her a college try, but it's still not there. MACD still slow and steady. It's low volume, but steady volume. Your MACD has a decent amount of divergence. It's pretty symmetrical for now, and as long as it stays symmetrical, that's good. Excuse me, I'm on one more sneeze in there probably. It's allergy season, bro. I've been sneezing like crazy. Wife's got it too, and her eyes are bothering her. So I don't want to dig a whole bunch into other stuff. We could go into some other indicators. Point is, we do have what looks to be a trend break. That's good. We do have an 8 EMA cross. 8 EMA go sign. That's good. We're waiting on our 821 EMA cross upward. Like to see that. Things are progressing. You are over the pivot line. That's good. Baby steps. It got better from last stream. I got some hopes here that things are going to turn around for us. Let's see if we get some magic. He said doesn't act or move like him. Yeah, I agree. It was weird, but maybe he's acting. Can't argue that he's not a great actor. So maybe he's just acting. You know what I mean? Hell, I don't know. What do I know? One thing I'm certain is that I know nothing. You know what I mean? I forget who said that. I think that was, not Einstein. Mark Twain, I think, might have said that. One thing I'm certain of is that I know nothing. I forget who said it. Anyway, it's a good saying. You know what I mean? How about, do we look at some more altcoins? I don't know, dude. They're so sketchy. Real quick, we'll blow through some of them. There's AVAX, again, 821, but that's all so far. You don't have your 821 cross just yet. It's close. Solana, same story. Looks just like XRP, only just a smidge better. You're over the 21 EMA. No 821 EMA cross. It's close. Ethereum, same story. You're over the trend line. That's good. You're over the 21 EMA. That's good. You're over the pivot line. That's good. So there's some positives there. You don't have an 821 EMA cross yet. It's still better than XRP. It's still better than Bitcoin here, where Bitcoin rejected the trend line. This one's over it. That being said, let's get to Bitcoin dominance, which I meant to bring up last stream and totally forgot. She had a really good couple days right here. Bitcoin dominance is the amount of power that Bitcoin has over the rest of the market. We chart this because we can tell how much money is in Bitcoin versus everything else. And right now, 59% of all the money. And for you guys who know the inside joke, you know what I'm talking about. 59% of every dollar in crypto is in Bitcoin. that equates out to a shit ton of money. We could pull up the chart and find out the exact amount, which I'll do now. Let's see, is this the one that tells how much the market cap is? No, it's not. There we go. It's $1.42 trillion still in Bitcoin, as you see right there, $1.42 trillion. And that's just in Bitcoin. That doesn't count everything else. But Bitcoin is 59%. So, do the 41% calculation, and I'll tell you how much money is in altcoins. And then you can break it down more. There are other .d charts to look at. Ethereum, for instance, is worth about 10.5% of the market. XRP is worth about 3.5% of the crypto market. You can see the difference in disparity between number 1 and number 3 is wild, right? You also have Solana in there. It's 2%. BNB is 3.7. So BNB is actually in front of XRP. So XRP is number 4. So anyway, we ran up on Bitcoin dominance. We did break our moving averages. That's awesome. We got over all of them, it looks like. You broke the 821 EMA, the 50, 100, and 200 EMA, and now you're sitting on top of them. You can see them all balled up right there. Great. Now prove it by getting over the trend line and keep on going. Again, this is Bitcoin dominance, and as long as Bitcoin dominance is on the rise and the price is on the rise, you're fine. The problem comes when Bitcoin dominance goes up and the price goes down. Because when that happens, that tells you that not only did Bitcoin lose money, but everything lost money, and it lost money even faster than Bitcoin did. It's not happening right now. We're seeing the opposite, which is good. Total shows 2.39 trillion. There you go. So 2.39 minus 1.42 will tell you how much altcoins have. We can do it like this too. Right here's total two. It's $9.67 billion. That's in total two, which is everything excluding Bitcoin. There you go. And then total 3, which is everything excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. That's everything else, including stable coins. Don't forget those. Total DeFi, all your different DeFi coins account for about 74 billion. Total DeFi dominance is about 3%. So $74 billion is only 3% of the market. Pretty interesting, isn't it? USDC accounts for about 3.2% of all of crypto and rising, as you see. That's for a couple of reasons. That's people cashing out and getting their profits, and people moving cash into stable coins because they do earn a yield if you just hang on to stable coins and you trust them. USDT is worth double plus some of USDC, 7.6 billion in stable coins. And then you got others like XLM, it's 0.2% of the market. Litecoin, 0.1%. Stuff like that. You could go down the list of other ones and find out, how much your particular asset has in it percent wise. Obviously, all this available on like crypto market cap, coin market cap, or CoinGecko. But the percentages aren't going to be there, and it'll show you on the chart the difference in the changes that they've made. It'll be a skewed chart if you look on there. If you look on like Yahoo Finance, it's the reason I don't like those. They give you a skewed version of what's actually happening. So I don't like that kind of mess. All right, let's go to let's have a look at Microsoft. I've been watching Microsoft for quite a bit here now because it got so far oversold so fast. Hang on a second. Alexis Stone, a makeup prosthetics artist and drag performer, claimed to have impersonated Jim Carrey. There you go. See, isn't that weird, dude? It's weird, man. You ask yourself why. Was it just for the press? But again, he doesn't want to be in the press, he says. Anyway, Microsoft was oversold on multiple different time frames, including the weekly. And again, I've been harping on this, but this was the lowest that the RSI has been on Microsoft in 20 years on the weekly chart. Dude, at some point, we were going to see a bounce here. And sure enough, after a few weeks of slower selling volume, it did finally turn around this week and snap back up, working its way back towards the AEMA. Not there yet. It did never hit the weekly 200 moving average either. Here's your daily chart. It has so far 1, 2, 3, and 4 closes over the 8 EMA, as you see. So we can pull that Reaper strategy up right there, and you see 8 EMA buy. We don't have an 821 EMA cross as of yet. We're still working on that. It looks like it is a day or 3 away from happening. It has not gotten there yet, but it will. You don't even come close yet to your 50 moving average, so you're only going to get 2 out of 3 of those, which tells me that this up may be temporary. We may just get up here and smack that 50 moving average and slow back down some. It would be a likely scenario. It's happened before, as you see on the chart there. But more so, I wanted you to see the fact that, sure enough, after watching this thing and seeing it go mega oversold, the oversold condition could not last that long, and we're starting to see it work its way back out from 382 back to 410 already. That is, folks, a difference of 7.25%. Excellent. I like the fact that Microsoft's battling back. Blame whatever you want. Doesn't matter to me. I don't care. I'm just happy to see the improvement. China, Jap, Hong Kong on the rebound up. Nice. And I don't want to see them falter because we get too many products from them. I know it's a culture war right now for the Americans to hate Chinese and the Chinese to hate Americans, but that's not the real world. You know what I mean? We understand in the real world that we do too much business to be arguing about it. So it's a power play. It's they're pissing contest between two extremely powerful men. It's bound to be like this. So a couple more real quick. Here's the S&P. Had a financial guy, I told this about this earlier, had a financial guy come in the office and tell us that he knew exactly what was going to happen and it didn't happen. And that he guaranteed it. I should have bet him money. I should have pulled out Calshare, Polymarket, and make him take the bet. But so far, S&P is trying to hang on to the 100 moving average. It failed it, got back over it, and now it's trying to fail it with a big doji. Let's see. And then we have NASDAQ. It's going to be a similar story, but a little bit better. Jumped the 821, still stuck under the 100 and the 50 moving average, but it did jump over that 821 EMA through a red candle, but is holding so far. Here's the Dow. Big ugly. She got all the way under the 100 moving average here with a nasty candle. That was a really, really nice candle 2 days before. That you can see that dagger that it threw down, flipped it back into a morning star pattern, which would have bounced off that 100 moving average and ran. But the problem is it just couldn't get through the pressure. Still hasn't made it. That sucks. We were hoping it would get there. Here's Apple. Wasn't too bad, but then this happened. Looks like it may have failed the trend line. So underneath the 8 EMA, the 21 EMA, the 50 moving average, and the 100 moving average. This is why we use moving averages, folks. They're very, very simple to use. China Matt says USTT broke the sideways 2 days of net flows in, pushing a mint. Nice. Glad to see it moving stuff, but that also could mean, money's moving out. I know net inflows would mean more came in than went out, but it's interesting to track nonetheless, huh? SMH VanEck Semiconductor Fund. Right at the 50 moving average. Like I said, this price action is really neat to see it. Really doesn't want to just give up here. You can tell the market's like, nah, man, I'm not quitting just that easy. We'll throw some flares here, but we're not walking away from the fire just yet. Google, sadly, couldn't hang on. It looks like it's failed the 100 moving average. Didn't want to see that happen. Tesla. So after going all the way to the 200 moving average, you have started to bounce, and I do think there's more in it here. I like this to clear this trend line at some point right here and come back up here and battle these moving averages that you see up there at about 50. At the 50 and 100 moving average was up at about 420 to 435, but they will slowly trend down and to the right some as they go along. Palantir, big company. You guys can Google it. It's pretty serious. 821 cross. Let's go. First time we've had an 821 cross for Palantir this entire year plus December. So it's been almost a solid 3 months already since it's had a buy signal on the daily. So again, does this mean that everything's shifting and going back north? Not necessarily, but it is a positive, good sign. I'm seeing more net positive good signs than bad signs, and that excites me. It makes me happy. A couple more. Coinbase. You broke the 50 moving average, and then you immediately hit the trend line, as you see there. You immediately hit the trend line and have halted. You haven't gotten through the trend line yet. Get there. Not quite there yet. Get there. Gold. All right. This is the last thing I'll record here. Gold, little dicey, and I'll explain. Yes, you broke trend here. That was great. But the problem is, after you broke trend, you had this little trend line running up like so. Was doing pretty good. Seeking out gains, but the problem is it failed that trend line. Now that it's failed that trend line, we are in a downtrend, not an uptrend anymore. So now we have to be more careful because we have sell pressure. Check this out. She happened to slip in to the 821 EMA wait a minute zone again yesterday and the day before. Look at that. Bam, candle straight down to the 21. I'm holding. Now she's pinned in between the 821. Are you going to go north and try the trend line, or are you going to go south and hit this 50 and potentially bounce back up? That's what I think is actually going to happen, but we'll see it if it plays out like the way I think. Nonetheless, be careful here. What looks to be good continues to kind of play games with your heartstrings a little bit. And I hate telling people, I hate saying it, but when you try buying the top, you're asking for trouble. And could gold go higher? Yeah, but really, dude, it's already up so much. It's got to cool off at some point. Silver's a little worse. See that? You're under the 821 EMA and the 50 moving average with that very gnarly candle that came in and erased a lot of money all at once. Not quite as good as gold, and a little bit more trouble. Same kind of downtrend though. And I'm using that point right there because that's our lower high. Here is our high, and here's our lower high. And we're probably going to come in here and make a new low and make another lower high. And this is where it gets interesting. Do we bounce this 100 and go north, or do we come down through that 100, test the bottom, and then go down more? Like so. Not sure yet. Let's just keep our peepers squarely focused in on it. See if it changes. So, 30 minutes in the book. Actually, a little longer than 30 minutes. I can tell you, fellas, I'm feeling the effects of getting to bed earlier and getting sleepier as we go. Sleepier quicker. So, it is what it is, right? Man, people get sleepy. I'm getting old, dude. This isn't the live stream from 2020 back when we used to get drunk and hang out and have a great time, dude. I'm trying to do better. I'm trying to be a better person, not such a dummy. You know what I mean? As you get older, you got to take better care of yourself. Also, I have lost about 5 pounds over the last week and a half. Didn't try doing that, but I didn't feel good about a week and a half ago. And I've been eating a little better and try not to eat certain kinds and types of foods. I'm not necessarily perfect about it, but I've definitely cut back some. So thank you all for watching. I appreciate every single one of you guys coming on here. It's awesome of you to spend your time hanging out with me. You don't have to, but you do, and I appreciate it. We'll be back again Tuesday for a solid hour again. I've got clips downloaded that I made here, so I'll take those downloaded clips and I'll upload them to Rumble and YouTube tomorrow. I hadn't been doing that, but I'll start doing that. Probably get to it tomorrow night because I'm going to be busy. I have work, and then I got the kids after that. Jax has a fishing tournament this weekend. May very well end up at the fishing tournament. He is still in the wheelchair, though, so it's going to be a pain. We'll see how all this works out. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. See you guys on the next live stream. Zoom after this for the subs. Y'all be good. I'm out. Sky's the limit. Peace.